Today on What It Looks Like Homemade, we are going to make some homemade cranberry sauce. Now it is super easy to make, only maybe 5 or 6 ingredients that it takes to make it. Now there's a lot of passion around cranberry sauce. Some people hate it. Some people prefer it just from a can, while others say, hey, just make it yourself at home. It's not that hard. Well, me personally, I've had it in the can. It tastes just fine to me, but ultimately I prefer homemade. For whatever reason, it just tastes a little bit better than the can, but the can is also perfectly fine. It's up to you. If you prefer the can or homemade, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Or if you don't like cranberry sauce at all, hey, I like to hear about that too. So either way, I'm gonna show you how to make the homemade cranberry sauce. Now, if you buy the cranberries in the bag, it has a recipe right on the back, but we're gonna change it up just a little bit here at Homemade just to make it a little bit better. But this is what it says on the back of the bag. Just 2 cups of cranberries, a half a cup of pure apple juice, which we're not going to use, 3/4 cup of packed brown sugar, we're also not going to use that, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground allspice. We're not using that either. So we're really just using the cranberries for the most part in this recipe. But if you don't want to make it the way I'm going to make it, the way it has it on the back of the bag is perfectly fine. It's up to you. Or like I say, buy it in a can. But that's what we're going to do today on What It Looks Like Homemade. Homemade cranberry sauce, starting now. All right, listen, here we go. You don't know how to cook, I'ma teach you now. Stir fry, cheesecake, apple pie. Get your mind right, you ain't gotta ask why. I can do this all night, let me show you how. Everything tastes good when you follow me. Make your friend ask, can I get the recipe? We turn lemons into lemonade. Get your cooking skills and upgrade on what it looks like homemade. What it looks like homemade. What it looks like homemade. Homemade. The very first thing we need to do is wash our cranberries. So let's go ahead and get that started. Okay, so now what we're gonna add to our homemade cranberry sauce is we're gonna take the zest from 1 orange. Now be sure to clean your orange because you don't want zest and it's all dirty, so just be sure to clean it. Let's get the zest like this. Love these little zesters. These things are great. And this is going to add a nice flavor to our cranberry sauce. See, I told you I always spill something on this table. Always. Right there. Put our zest here in this bowl. We don't want that one. Boy, it has such a strong aroma. Anytime you zest something, boy, it really brings out the flavors or the scent of whatever it was you were zesting. And now we're gonna take the juice from 1 orange, and hopefully we can get a whole half a cup of orange juice from here. That's what we want. And let's see how much juice we can get from this orange. Go. Sometimes it's good to have the right kind of tools. Let me tell you, it makes the job a lot easier. Okay, now that we got a half a cup of orange juice, freshly squeezed orange juice at that. So now we're ready to go. Okay, so now we're ready to pour everything into our pot. So we have our cranberries, we have half a cup of orange juice, we have the zest from 1 orange, we have 2 tablespoons of honey, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 3/4 cups of sugar. It's a lot of ingredients, but we're gonna take it all, we're gonna dump it right into the pot. Now I have another recipe of something that's super easy to make where you just dump everything in the pot, stir it and let it cook. That's the chili recipe. So if you've not seen that video, I post a link right here to the best chili ever, and it has my secret ingredient reveal. So be sure to check that out. So now let's go ahead and get ready to put everything into our pot for the cranberry sauce. Okay, so we're gonna pour everything into our pot here. Start our cranberries, put it right in there. Next we pour our orange juice, all of our sugar, Next, our cinnamon. Next, the orange zest. And then our honey. Get all that honey out of there. Then we're gonna stir it up. You wanna get everything mixed in there really well. All right, once you get it blended, then we're gonna let it come to a boil. Then we're gonna turn it down to medium. And now you can see it starting to boil. So then what we're gonna do is turn it down to medium, and we're gonna let it simmer for about 15 minutes. Be sure to stir it up occasionally. Make sure it's not sticking to the bottom of the pot. Okay, we have about a minute left. This is how it's looking. Oh man, it's looking fantastic. Now the final ingredient we're gonna add is a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. That's it, just a 1/4 teaspoon. So we are all done. Wow, look at this cranberry sauce. It looks amazing. I've never seen it look like this from the can before. I must say that as far as appearance, this really outdoes the can. This looks fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Okay, the moment of truth. Now I wish I had something to go with this cranberry sauce, but I'm still gonna taste it just the way it is, because sometimes even when you're eating, you still get maybe just a bite of cranberry sauce all by itself. So here we go, just to see how it's gonna taste, because it smells so good. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Now again, in the beginning, I told you I like the canned cranberry sauce, but man, it does not compare to this. It does not compare. This is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I mean, it's a big bowl. I feel like I could just sit down and chow down on this. I'm not gonna do it though. But again, thank you so much for watching What It Looks Like Homemade. Another easy, simple recipe right here. If you have not subscribed to this channel, go ahead, do it today. It would be fantastic. I would really appreciate it. And thank you for watching What It Looks Like Homemade.